My name is Bella, and this is my story. We have lived on this ranch for the past 6 years. We've had our share of good times and bad, but lately, it has been beyond terrifying. It's early morning as I write this. I haven't slept yet because every time I try, those creatures attack the house. The walls shake so violently that I honestly fear they might come down. I never thought I would tell anyone this because I feared no one would believe me, but I need to get my story down. If these things manage to kill us, people need to know what's out here. This place is a ghost town for a reason. 6 years ago, my grandfather, or Pop as we called him, passed away. He was found outside near the barn. We moved from the city to Chloride, New Mexico. Look it up, it's real, to settle his estate. Chloride is a ghost town, with the nearest neighbor 11 miles away. Pop left the ranch to Mom, and she couldn't let it go. Despite some heated arguments with Dad, we packed up our city life and moved to the ranch. The torture began in March. At first, it was small things, dead birds or rodents left on the porch, shredded and bloody. Lights flickered oddly in the yard, and shadows seemed too sharp. Mom said the howling coyotes were just welcoming us home. She didn't know how wrong she was. By May, things got worse. Dad hired an older Native American man named Jake to help us manage the ranch. Jake became like a grandfather to me. He taught us how to thrive, but he also taught us how to stay safe. He showed Mom how to burn sage and smudge the windows. One day, while we were fishing at the pond, the atmosphere turned serious. Jake looked at me and gave me 6 rules to live by. Never whistle or sing outside at night. Do not respond if you hear your name called from far away, especially at night. Do not look it in the eyes, it gives it power. Don't accept gifts from random strangers. If you see something, ignore it. Walk away calmly. Do not run. If someone you know doesn't look or feel right, leave immediately. On March 18, 2019, I heard racking sobs outside my window. My sister Emma was asleep, and so were my parents. The next day, while riding my horse, Poseidon, we were surrounded by a pack of 8 coyotes. But the leader was wrong. It looked at me and smirked. We barely made it back to the gate, and Poseidon was badly clawed. Jake and Dad drove them off with rifles, but that night, the sobbing returned. Years passed. Emma moved away. I got engaged to Sean, and we had a daughter, Tessa. Life was good until the lunar eclipse of March 2025. Sean found a week-old calf in the barn. Its tongue had been cut out perfectly, but there was no blood. Jake became deathly calm. The moon will bring hardships, he warned. That night, under the red moon, the pack returned. They weren't just howling anymore, they were talking. They called my name using my sister's voice. Then my mother's. Then my own. "Bella, come down," they chanted in a distorted, oily chorus. The creatures attacked. Jake ran out, fighting them off with his rifle and then a knife to give us a chance to get to the house. He never came back. The next morning, Dad found only a piece of Jake's bloody shirt and his chewed-up hat. 3 days later, we saw Jake at the edge of the field. He was wearing his plaid shirt, but his face was elongated and feral. He smirked at me, that same hateful smirk from the Coyote years ago. Last night was the breaking point. My daughter Tessa screamed from her room. I found her cowering as a figure crouched at her window. It looked like a mechanical, distorted version of Jake, skin peeling, muscles exposed. "Help me, please help me," it cried in Jake's voice. "Grandpa?" Tessa whispered. "No, baby, it's not him," I cried. The creature laughed. "Beulah," it drawled. I asked it a test question. "What did you call me by the lake?" "My little black bear," it replied with a sneer. The answer was wrong. Jake called me Ikalunkuk, little fish. I didn't hesitate. I aimed my gun and pulled the trigger. The glass exploded, and the creature, that not Jake, screamed and retreated into the darkness. That was 6 months ago. Every night is a battle. We burn sage, set traps, and pray. That not Jake is still out there, singing his haunting song, waiting for us to break. We don't know how much longer we can hold on. They don't want the animals anymore.